Put on your big boy panties. We're gonna do a show, see? It's just a little Rainbow Bright's a little crickly sound in my ear that's very slight, and you guys probably don't even hear it, but it's enough to drive me bonkers. I'll fix it later. Okay. Let us continue on this path that we have forged for ourselves.
Okay.
And start the read in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, I want an eSports bar and a grill too.
I think bar and grill is the way that is. Yeah, like you could get those two individual things.
Screwed that up.
Hey, it's a hula hoop made of beef.
A Penn woman.
Put on your grill.
Oh, good. A Penn woman tried to kidnap a kangaroo.
I would not want to be on her flight.
Not the same lady, but okay. Would you like to rent a sister?
Tom's Tech Time.
Recomentals and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
You don't put no lifeguards like. A lifeguard might have been way over here, and that's probably 2,000 or 3,000 feet up there when something happens in. No, I ain't putting no lifeguards.
I've got no time for games, Trump.
The Morning Stream. There's a snake in my boots.
Welcome back, everybody, to TMS. It is the morning stream for January 23rd, 2019. Scott Johnson here, Brian Ibbett there. Hi.
Right. Here and there.
Everywhere.
Everywhere your ears are available.
Dolby Atmos TMS. Woo!
That's right. And we'll even make your seats rumble if you turn it up loud enough.
Will you spray a smell in my face? Will you do that? Will you go with a little bit of stink when something happens on screen?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All
absolutely.
right.
Yes. It'll be like a Disney ride. It'll be like Captain EO. Wait, did they do that on Captain EO?
I think so. I think it had.
Not.
I think it had at least like liquids, maybe not smells, but it had like
probably
mist in your face and stuff like that. I think I could be wrong about that. I know the dumb ride, the theater experience for Honey I Shrunk the Kids has all that.
Yeah, the little seats with the little bugs that move under your chair, and the spraying on the back of your neck and stuff.
They
like
still
that.
do that. They have that there. Is that a thing, or is that all shut down?
I believe it's still a California adventure. I believe so. I have not. I went the one time because Tristan was of the age to enjoy it. I don't feel like it's ever a thing I need to do a second time.
No. I don't need anybody squirting liquid on my back or on my face.
Jamie, please, Jamie, please.
Oh man, whoops! Did not mean to go there. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. It's good to have you here. If you haven't already left, we're happy to have you. And I wanted to start things out today with this rad thing going on here locally, potentially.
Yeah.
And I want to throw some help to this dude, because I heard about this and got all excited. It seems just like the raddest thing, and I would go there all the time. So I get this email from Jordan Cap. There's no N in there. Jordan Cap.
Cap.
He's a local Salt Lake Cityer, and he says, I'm a huge fan of your shows. I love Core and There Will Be Dungeons, The Morning Stream, and I wanted to say hi. I know you probably get these a lot, and I would pay you if you want me to, but I don't, because this is too rad. It's an eSports grill bar in Utah that they're trying to kickstart. An eSports grill and bar.
Grill and bar. Usually bar and grill, but grill and bar. He's mixing it up.
Yeah,
keeping it fresh.
Keeping it fresh.
That's right.
He says, I know you can reach out to about 1 million times more people than me. Well, I don't know about 1 million, maybe 500,000. And I know your love of video games. I also thought it'd be a plus since you're a local Utah and you might be interested in giving the Kickstarter a shout out on some of your shows. I love your work. Big fan. Jordan. All right, Jordan, abso-freaking-lutely. In fact, I'm going to show the Kickstarter on the screen and tell people how to get to it because it's too cool of an idea. I would love to go to an esports bar. I know these exist in other cities and stuff, but we don't really have a proper one here. We have some that kind of do it, but they're not dedicated to it. So you'll have some, StarCraft finals or something will happen at some bar, and they'll cover it, and people will hear about it and go. But it's not like it's always there for that. So anyway, I think this would be a really cool thing. Currently, they are 55 days to go. They just launched it, And you guys want to check this out, especially if you're in Utah. If you don't live here, I get it. You might be like, well, whatever, I don't live there. How am I ever going to see this thing? I totally get that. I wouldn't, necessarily recommend that you're be super into this. But it's worth checking out. Search for eSports Grill, and you'll run right into it. And see what his plan is. Look at them all there with their Star Wars business on. It's hanging out at Comic-Con.
Mark Hamill right there in the middle.
Oh, yeah, look at Mark Hamill. I didn't recognize him at first. I wasn't 100% sure that was him. That's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, so go check it out. So there you go, Jordan. Little shout out for you, buddy.
I could see this being a place that we do like a meetup or even a live TMS or an Urtacular thing or something like that. If this were to, how far is Provo from?
Provo is like 25 minutes, 20 minutes. Oh, it's not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah.
Depends on traffic and weather and that sort of thing, but.
Cool.
But Provo, that's actually a great town to do it in because it's a huge college town. It's BYU's there. And you'll just get swamped with the kids, which is what you want.
Nice.
That's how you'll make your big money. So anyway, There you go. I just wanted to put that out there. Brian, how was the mystery date last night?
Last night was mystery date January. We skipped December because, number one, if you skip a month, then you don't always get the same month, right? So like if I did... I don't know whose turn it was. I think it was my turn for December, so we just moved it to January. But then she'd always have January, and then I'd always have March, and blah blah blah.
Sure.
Or whatever. But anyway, I did the math wrong on that one.
Yeah.
So we skipped December also because there's so much stuff going on in December that it just doesn't make sense to do it. So the rules of mystery date are you skip December.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I've already got March planned out. March is my crowning achievement as a mystery date guy. Like I've already got tickets for the thing that we're going to do, and it's like it's going to blow our mind. But still had to do something for January.
Sure.
So she years ago, I think Tristan was really young. We went to the National Western Stock Show. I talked about the rodeo and the stock show last week, and I actually bought tickets for this before our friends invited me to their kid's birthday party. So I actually already had a stock show visit on the books. But this is something a little bit different. She when we went to the stock show when Tristan was a little kid, one of the things we wanted to see was this Extreme Dogs presentation where they've got all these dogs that can do these acrobatic acts and walk across tight ropes and jump all over people and catch frisbees that are thrown from the other side of the stadium and stuff like that. And decided to get us tickets for that. So we went out last night, went to Mystery Date, went back to the stock show.
Yeah.
Had to go between 4 buildings to actually find the arena that was holding this dog show event thing, this Extreme Dogs event. And had a great time. It was a blast. Like the dogs were super cool and make you want to train your own dogs and
when
all
you
that
say
stuff.
extreme, like what are you talking about? Like tricks that are just beyond belief? Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that Dalmatian can do that. Or...
they set up an agility course, and I've seen dogs do agility courses and stuff.
Yeah.
They had the weeds, the vertical poles that the dogs have to wind their way around super fast.
Yeah.
They have, like you said, throwing a frisbee from one end of the stadium and having the dog run like a bat out of hell and catch it.
Yeah, that was cool to watch. I like that.
Yeah, doing the stuff where like there's one trainer out in the middle and this dog is like bouncing all over her like a whirling dervish, and she's like holding up frisbees and the dog is jumping up on her back to catch the frisbee and stuff like that. It was cool. It was a good time. I mean, mystery dates don't always have to be taking a trip to Buckingham Palace to meet the Queen.
Yeah, it can't be, or else you're gonna eventually you're gonna run out of steam. You can't do it. You can't win every time.
You can't try and top each month. You can't do it. But
no, it sounds like March might try though. Sounds like.
Well, March will top it. When it's my turn again in May, it won't top March.
Right. May's gonna be lame. You hear that? May's
gonna suck compared to March.
Tina, do you get that? You hear that right now? She's probably listening. She's not listening. Look forward to May. May is going to blow compared to March. Well, that's fantastic. I actually would I'd totally go to an Extreme Dog event. That sounds like fun.
Oh, it's a blast. And it was on Groupon. I mean, these things, like I said, don't waste a lot of money. Don't spend your whole budget on Mystery Date. Just go out and do something, have fun, surprise the other person. That's really the point of it.
That's the fun of it. Did the dogs get awards if they win and stuff? Is like a full no?
They did try to involve the crowd by saying, "All right, you guys are the orange side. You cheer for the dogs with the orange collars. Woo! And then you guys are the blue side." We were on the blue side, and so it was like a neck and neck competition between the dogs. Oh, this one caught another frisbee. All right, it's back over to the orange to see if they can catch up. And in the end, orange won by 1 point.
Yeah.
I don't think that was staged at all.
Probably not. I only want to root for dogs if it's like water polo or like dog hockey. Like I would watch dog hockey. Wouldn't you watch dog hockey?
I would totally watch dog hockey.
Oh, dog hockey.
You just put a bunch of dogs on ice and they have to a puck that's covered with milk bones or something.
Yeah,
and chasing it across the stadium.
Exactly, and their front paws could have 2 little blades on them. 2 little hockey blades on the front, and they just have them run around and whack at it and like try to get it into the goal. And if they get the goal, they get a big old fish or something. I don't know what you give a dog. You give them some kind of treat.
So speaking of dogs, I've got my camera, front-facing camera. Oh, they just went off screen. And lady's walking her dog off leash in front of our house, which is next to a street.
Yeah.
It's not like it's on a path. Dog is off leash, stopped, looked like he was going to poop in our lawn, and then kept going. Big white, fluffy, husky-looking dog, close to pooping in our lawn.
But it didn't. No poo.
But it didn't.
Okay.
It was like sniffing around and doing the circle thing, like it's starting to.
Yeah.
And I don't think she carries bags. There's somebody in our neighborhood whose dog poops in everybody's lawn, and they don't bring bags.
You know how you can always tell? So this is what I do. I tie bags to my leash holder handle.
Yeah.
So it looks like, he's got bags no matter what, so he's good. So no one's even eyeing me funny anymore.
Right. Even if you don't pick up poop, the fact that they can see that you've got bags, I don't even need to waste another look at that guy because I know he's going to be picking up his poop.
Because he went to the trouble of tying bags to a freaking leash handle. He's okay. But then there are people who I see, and they always do the same thing. They'll walk their dog, and as they're walking, they're always looking around like,
Anybody, right. Is are there neighbors watching?
Yeah. Is anyone looking at me right now? No. All right, Brutus, drop your load. Let's get out of here. Anyway, hey, what's in your?
I got a second thing to talk about.
What's in your cup?
I am breaking in my TMS mug that I'm enjoying a lovely beverage in today.
Don't break your TMS mug. You can't break it.
No, I'm not breaking the mug. I'm breaking tradition.
Oh. Okay.
This is not coffee in this mug today.
What?
This is not. No, it's not. It's not coffee.
Can I guess what it is?
You certainly can. I think there's a hint.
Emu urine.
Oh, shoot. Dang it. You spoiled the surprise, Scott. Okay. It's hot, fresh emu urine, which has twice the caffeine content as regular coffee. No, this is Phoenix Pearl Tea's Good Morning Vietnam, which is absolutely freaking delicious, and I feel like it's way smoother than coffee. So it's a tea you steep for like 5 minutes in boiling water. Throw a little milk and sugar in there, and it is as much caffeine as a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And for me, just way freaking smoother. And when Gwen sent this to me, I told her, I said, I am going to talk about this on the show because this is the smoothest morning drink. Well, and you're telling me it's got caffeine. I'm in.
I love me some a good tea. So Gwen, send me this one. I want to try it. Is there something in there from Vietnam or something?
It's a bunch of Vietnamese estates, all pooling their black and orange Pico tea together, and it's like a perfect combination. It is still a black tea, and so it's got kind of your Earl Grey in there, your kind of your morning
your breakfast tea.
Mm-hmm. Your breakfast tea, English breakfast tea. This is going to be alternating in with coffee, probably 50% of the time. I think I might be drinking this.
That's awesome. All right, well done, Gwen.
Phoenix Pearl Tea, by the way, if you look online, big friend of the show, and someone that we're working with on doing something really cool for patrons. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Yeah, I got a little something cooking for There Will Be Dungeons as well. A little bit of something going on there.
Ooh, very good.
Yeah, tea everywhere. Tea as far as the eye can see. Hey, that rhymes. Hey, so there you go. That's awesome. Yes. And well done, Gwen, with your rad flavors. You wouldn't call it a breakfast, or you wouldn't call it like a dessert tea, right? Like it's not sweet or anything.
No, but oh my God, I got a. She sent me a new dessert tea as well. That is like it's walnut caramel. It's a walnut caramel herbal tea that is a drink before bed kind of tea.
Oh, I love nighttime teas.
Oh, it's so good.
That's what I need in my life. I'm sleeping like garbage lately. I need me some nighttime teas.
This one does help. This one does help with sleep. Walking Glitch asks if I could describe the flavor. It tastes like a black tea, but not it doesn't have that bitter bite at the end that a normal black tea has. And maybe it's because I have a little bit of cream in there, but it is it's great. This is great.
All right.
I'm trying to find it on their site so I can link to it. I know it's on here somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere. Just a search for Vietnam, I'd think, right?
I think so, but I'm not seeing the search.
Good morning. Oh, man, maybe not. Hey, real quick here. I had a dream about you last night, but you were barely in it. I don't really have much to say about your role in it, but I can tell you.
Okay. I don't know if I feel better or worse about that.
Well, for some reason in this dream, your major role was to introduce me to, and I can't remember the rapper's name, but there's a 90s rapper, not Method Man. It's something like that, though, and the name was in the dream, but I can't remember it. But he's this rapper from the 90s with really long hair, all dreaded out, and he would always just get real freaky on camera. Just lots of...
Lil Wayne?
No,
maybe Lil Wayne?
Not Redman, not Lil Wayne. Not Redman, not Eminem.
I never had long hair. I never saw...
Busta Rhymes, that's it.
Busta Rhymes. Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name. So for some reason, you introduced me to Busta Rhymes, and now
Sure,
I'm over at Busta Rhymes' house, which is a old abandoned church, and they're watching old Disney movies on a giant screen. That was his house. And so for whatever reason, I'm hanging out at Busta Rhymes' house. This is such a vivid, weird dream. And in the middle of it, they stop everything, and Steve Martin stands up on a microphone and tells everybody that he still gets zits on his forehead. Does any of this make any freaking sense at all?
Not at all.
And you were there. You were there to introduce Busta Rhymes to me, and then you were there the whole time. You just were in a chair, hanging out with the rest of us, whoever all these people were, and so it was just me, a ton of random people, you, Busta Rhymes, and Steve Martin talking about forehead acne. This is so weird.
That's fantastic.
Weirdest dream. I gotta stop. I can't do this every night. Every night there's and I made a point last night of not eating before bed. I stopped eating anything at 6. My new goal is no more food after 6. Just be done.
Yeah.
Like have dinner. It's a lovely time. Everyone get off and get your asses out of here. We're not eating anymore. No more food. So that's a thing, and I did that last night, and maybe that was enough to shock my system into saying, oh, yeah? Well, how about some weird dreams all night?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah? It was very odd. So, anyway.
That's funny. I can't even... I'm trying to remember what was his biggest hit. Oh, Wuha got you all in check.
Yeah, and it was the one where he looked real twitchy and fidgety in the video.
Yes.
Yeah. He was an interesting dude. I assume he's still like, I don't know, what's he doing?
He is.
Is he doing things?
He's, it almost looks like he's going by Trevor Smith, his real name, Trevor George Smith Jr., but maybe not.
Really?
But boy, like when I do a search for him, oh no, here we go, twitter.com Busta Rhymes. No, he's still going by Busta.
Oh, he's got to be Busta Rhymes. Why would you? Yeah, that's his moniker, man. You can't lose that.
Yeah, exactly. No.
All right.
Well, I mean, look at Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy Kong. I can't remember all of his names.
Right now, he's Diddy Kong Racing. It's fantastic, his name now.
he's waiting for Donkey Kong to come bust him out of the next barrel.
Right. Yeah, I'm all out. I get all the bananas and get me out of this barrel. That's how that game works. So hold on a second. What I was going to say. Brian in my dream. Makes sense. I talk to Brian a lot. Brian introducing me to somebody in music. Makes sense. That's a Brian thing to do. His house is an old church. That's fine. Whatever. I don't know. It's Busta Rhymes. He's a weird guy. I don't know what that's about. We watch movies there. Sure, it's a big space. You got a wall to put movies on. So far, so good. Why Steve Martin stands up in the middle of it and talks about his head zits, I don't know.
Yeah, that does not make any sense.
No, that's the point of the dream. I went, all right. Okay, I don't know what to say to this. And then here's how the dream ended. Some lady in the back, don't know who she is, never seen her in my life. That's not a person I've inserted in there. Says, Scott, come back here and sit here. And then I woke up. Does that make any sense to anyone?
No, that does not make any sense.
I don't want to do that tonight. I don't want to have any more of these. They're weird. I don't like them. They make me feel funny. All right. Babel Royale. Let's bring in somebody who really makes me feel funny.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yes. You and me both.
He freaks me out completely. And that would be Brian Dunaway, who I don't know is at work yet. He should be, though.
No, he should be.
Oh, he is be. He should be and is
what?
be. Here he is. Really enjoying the music today. All right, hey, it's Brian Dunaway all the way from South Carolina. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hello. How are you? Are you still working in the kitchen there, or whatever you're doing? What are you doing there?
Yeah, I'm working in the kitchen. That's right.
Yeah.
No, I'm not working in the kitchen. Weirdo.
No. Oh, I
talking
mean
about my spare bedroom, but no, I'm
oh, right. Right. But did they get the mold out of the cabin thing? Not the cabin, the hat.
Yes, that's right. You got it. You nailed it, Scott. Good job. Mold out of the cabin.
They got the mold out of the cabin.
So I have you cranked all the way.
There's no sense in correcting Scott because it's going to do no good.
I have you cranked to 100%, and you're still a little quiet. I don't know if that's anything
Am I quiet? I can bring it up some. Hold on a second.
All right.
I've been fiddle faddling.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
I like popcorn and
keep that up. You're going to go blind.
Yeah, don't fiddle your faddle. All right, you say some words.
Hey, hold on a second. I'm trying to get the thing. I haven't adjusted anything
well,
yet.
You can do
all
that.
the words you want, but it's not going to make any difference.
You can do whatever you want.
How about we do this?
In the meantime, I'm setting up the phone number thing here.
Is that a little better? Am I a little louder now?
Yeah, a little bit. You're probably good enough. I think you're good enough at this point.
I don't like good enough.
Well, let's find out if this caller is. Let's find out if this caller is good enough.
Absolutely fine.
Hi, who's this? Good morning.
Hey, Scott, it's your local Satanist, John from Seattle.
It's John from Seattle. Keeping Satanism alive. How's it going? You guys do any kind of goat sacrifices or anything? What's going on these days?
Not a whole lot. Been actually doing a whole bunch of work lately that I can't talk about under NDA rules for Marvel, but that's pretty much about it.
All right, I like that. That sounds like fun. Bringing Satan into the Marvel universe. I love it. It's good.
We should make the Babel Royale about that today. Let's see if we can guess it.
Yeah, no kidding.
If we guess it, you have to tell us, right?
Yeah, no, he can't. He can't be breaking his NDM.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to say anything.
His MDM. What's an MDM? Did you say an MDM? What's an MDM?
Mobile device management.
No, it should be NDA. NDM. Sign it. All right. What are we doing? Oh, we're going to do a thing. We're going to play with you. This is what we're going to do. We're glad to have you. And hail Satan. Let's do this. Brian, you want to explain the rules, what he could win, and all that?
I will try. I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian Dunaway a topic, and they're going to go back and forth with answers for that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Your job is to predict who is going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you are playing for, this is fun. This is a lot of fun, because I had some, was clearing away some boxes and said, oh, this is a prize that I never gave away on during Coverthon.
Prize hoarder.
Any geek would love to have. It is Magneto. Like, look at the size of this box, this action figure. Awesome. Because it is Ian McKellen's Magneto from the very first X-Men movie. Comes with a bunch of train tracks and magnetic action where he levitates above it, I think.
That is cool. That's
crazy.
Look at that. He almost looks like Satan, too, so that's perfect.
He kind of does, right? He kind of, and you can... Yeah. You can say, "You shall not." No, that's not my voice. That's not my character. Anyway, you'll get this, and you'll get a few extra Marvel sums because I want to make it an entire Marvel prize pack.
Sums are those little.
I thought they were zooms.
No,
they're zums.
I've been pronouncing them sums.
It's TSUM, right?
TSUM, yes. Yeah. And they look like this. Like here's a Spider-Man and a Nova.
Okay. And those are the things in that little mobile game.
Look appropriate.
Are those the thing in the little mobile game where they're like all mixed up and you try to match them and get them out of there?
Yeah, it's a fun little match 3 game.
All right, sweet.
It sounds like our caller is trying to say something. Are you trying to say something?
No,
or
I think
are we
it's-
just hearing us in the
I think we're
background?
hearing
Oh,
something.
sorry, dude.
No.
I've got clients and stuff. I've got to do for hotels since I do AV and stuff.
Oh, no
for-
worries. No worries. It's like talking to
Sorry about
Daryl.
that. I'm going to go with Scott first and Brian to start off.
Ooh. Wait, no, who wins?
Oh,
Wait.
Brian wins.
Scott's going to win.
Oh, I'm gonna
Brian's
win.
going to go
Win.
first.
Oh, when he means first, he means first. Like,
But I haven't even told you the category.
oh, all right. What is it?
Oh, I've just got a gut feeling.
That hurts. That hurts, Satan.
Things in Brian Dunaway's house. Name them.
Right.
No,
What is it?
all right. As of, and I had to make sure I got the latest information. As of January 18th, 2019, I'm looking for, let's say, the top 20 highest grossing animated films.
As of 2019 January.
As of January 18th, 2019. So,
Of all time.
Highest.
of all time. Yes.
Right.
Animated
So the-
films of all time. Okay.
Animated
I still
films.
feel like Scott watches more animated films than Dunaway does.
Oh, okay. All right.
Take
All right.
that.
All right.
Take that, Brian
I can see
Dunaway.
that.
This is true. I do.
That's fine. That's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay. So
What did you
Brian-
watch last night, Scott? Did you watch the Box Trolls?
No, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Have you seen Box Trolls 8 times like I have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I got it in 3D.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but no, just 3D. I have it in 4K 3D.
Oh, I got that too. Yeah. I'm
I
sorry.
like.
I will
know
say
we're- I
really
know we're
quickly, though,
competing.
for those that really love Enter the Spider-Verse, we are doing a number 2, so
Yeah.
keep tuned for that.
There's a number 2 Spider-Verse.
We
movie?
are going to make a sequel.
Whoa! Are we getting an exclusive breaking news here? Are you allowed to tell us that?
We are allowed to tell you that.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
no big private news. It's in the public ether. It's out there.
Oh, okay. I never heard confirmation on this. Check it out. Spider-Verse 2 coming to a theater near you. Everybody, confirmed.
Well, yeah, we've got to get punk rock Spider-Man in that one, and
Right.
and Marvel, or what is it, Captain Universe Spider-Man. I like that one,
Yeah.
and
Right.
Yeah. But all the Spider-Men. We want all the Spider-Men.
all the Spider-Man. By
Yeah.
the way, this one sent in by Tom Robinson. I wanted to make sure I got that on there. The
All right.
suggested topic.
Well, this is all I have to say.
Thank you, Satan.
Thank you, Satan. All right. Go ahead, Brian. Wait, who's starting? I forgot. Oh, Brian's
Brian is
starting.
I'm starting.
All right.
I'm starting because I'm losing. Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2.
Wow, really? I thought that one did the best
Well,
of all
hold
of
on.
them.
Hold on. He hasn't answered yet. He's still looking. Is it not
why-
on there? It's got to
Let
be
me see
on
where
there.
it's at. It's gotta be, but I'm not. Oh, number 48. 497 million. Right off the
See what Satan does. Satan comes in here, talks a lot of smack talk.
I love it, dude. Wait a minute.
Makes
Is that
you
for
lose.
real? That's that
Are
low
you
on
telling
the
That
me
is really
that
for
Toy
real.
Story?
Toy Story
Okay, so
2 has
you can't tell me.
dropped to number. The highest it
Okay,
ever
so-
peaked was number 3 of all time.
What was
And
the
now
highest
it's
Toy Story
48.
then?
Well, Scott? Do you want to see how many of those you can name?
I'll try.
1, 2, 3.
I think. Is this adjusted for inflation or no?
No, it's worldwide gross.
Okay, but not adjusted for inflation at
Wide
all.
gross. I thought it was domestic. Oh, I would have went with something else.
Would you really have? Seriously?
No, I would have. I would have went with Toy Story 2 because I kept thinking that one did phenomenal.
I would have said it too. If it makes you feel better, I would have.
I should have went with something simple
I'll
like
just
The
say,
Lion King or something.
Let's say, yeah. I was just gonna say Lion King, Incredibles, that kind of stuff. Any of those on
Lion
there?
King is 9. Incredibles is 27. So Incredibles you would have been out
Oh, geez.
with, but Incredibles 2
Yeah.
is
Interesting.
currently number 2. Still, actually, you can still see it in some theaters, and it's at $1.2 billion. Frozen currently holding the number 1
Oh
title.
yeah, Frozen. I was thinking
makes
Frozen.
Almost $1.3 billion.
Fill out the top 10. What have we got in there?
You bet. The rest of it is Minions, Toy Story 3, Despicable Me 3,
These aren't-
Finding Dory.
Brian, these aren't
There's
about
no way
Dunaway.
these could be the right numbers.
Dunaway, these are not about quality. These are about quantity. That's what's
There's
going on.
no
here.
way these could be the right. No way people went and saw Minions 3 more than Minions 2.
In
No
America,
way.
maybe. but in like
right.
China.
I think that's really confusing.
Yeah, that's what throws us. I think it's the international stuff. Anyway,
Well,
sorry, Brian.
has there? Call me crazy. There hasn't been a Minions 2, has there? It's been all Despicable Me's and Minions was.
Oh,
like,
I thought you said Minions 3 was on there. Is that not what you said?
Despicable Me 3.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Number 5.
Apologies.
Finding Dory, Zootopia, Despicable Me 2, Lion King, Finding Nemo. I'll give you the top 15 here since I'm on a roll. Shrek 2, Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Ice Age Continental Drift, Secret Life of Pets, and Inside Out.
How is Toy Story 2 not anywhere near those freaking Ice Age garbage
makes-
It
sequels?
is crazy, right? I know.
That makes
it is.
no sense.
That's nuts.
My faith in humanity is gone.
Yeah.
Are you happy now, Devil? Are you happy,
Happy now.
Well, congratulations. Oh, wait, I don't have to tell you that. Scott Fletcher can tell you that. Hold on.
Congratulations. You're a winner.
This one's for Dunaway.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you lost there, Dunaway. But the big winner is our caller, which means this goes straight out to you. All you got to do is send Brian Ibbett an email, coverville@gmail.com, and he will send it on its way. I didn't even have to answer. This is a great day, everybody. Great day for America.
I already came in sick, and now I just feel a little more sick.
Yeah, you're sick.
Want me to make you really sad?
Yeah, do it.
What?
The Croods is higher on the list than
Oh my
Toy Story
God!
2.
I don't like these questions. No. I don't want to know this information.
The Croods is higher on the list than Monsters Inc., Wall-E, The Simpsons movie, Kung Fu Panda 3, The Grinch, which is still, I guess it says it's showing green, but I can't imagine you can still see Grinch in
I
theaters.
think so. I think it's still out there. You can still see it.
Aladdin, Toy Story 2, How to Train Your Dragon lower than The Croods.
Wow. Wow. How to Train Your Dragon is an excellent film. That's really a bummer.
It is, and it's 49th in this list of the
Wow.
top 50.
That's
And
crazy.
where was this list at?
It's
look it up.
on Wikipedia. It's
Wikipedia?
Yep.
Yeah,
Top
so
grossing.
100% believable Wikipedia.
List here. I'll put it in the chat room because I know you're in there. Highest, actually, TVZ Gun
This
just.
is the real truth is I just don't believe you. Let me see. I gotta
Sure, no, that's fine.
I gotta
That's
check
fine.
behind you. Just gotta.
That's fine.
Highest,
son of a-
they have highest grossing animated films by animation type according to this link as well. So in terms of, let's see, by animation
so-
So
type.
is that a different link than I'm looking at? No, that's the one I'm looking at.
Oh, they don't. It says it breaks it down, but it doesn't actually. Oh no, it does. It does. It does.
Yeah, if you scroll down, then there's computer animation and then stop motion animation.
Well, why do they have Lion King in there? In the computer
original one?
animation, they're not.
Oh.
They didn't have
But
that.
it is partially computer animated.
Well, yeah, but you don't count that. It's like
Wait,
two,
yeah,
right.
two or three things. Like one scene
Lion
with
King
the.
is listed under.
Or it wasn't
No,
it?
no, it's
Oh,
not.
I'm on the
No.
wrong list.
No,
Never
you're on the
mind.
wrong list.
I'm
Yeah,
on the
computer
wrong list.
animation.
Yes.
You're right. It's not.
Yeah.
It's number 9, right? That's where it falls. The Lion
Inside
King.
Out,
Is that right?
Secret Life of Pets. Yeah, some of these are terrible. Shrek the Third, Shrek Forever After is terrible.
Totally.
Let me
Here's
tell you
what's funny.
something. Now I'm starting to see why all these stupid animated films make a part 3. They're financially successful.
Yeah, but you should also mention that they all kind of the bottom 25 are all kind of in the same range. Like it's all 471 million to 600 something million. Like it's not separated by that much. So it seems like why is Wreck-It Ralph at number 50? That's terrible. Well, it still did $471,222,889 in 2012. It did really well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these numbers are just weird.
It's crazy that The Simpsons movie is the second highest grossing traditional animation film of all time. Like over Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and
You'd think they'd have a sequel by now, those dummies. What are they doing?
There's something in there called Your Name. Oh, it's
Oh.
a Japanese animated romantic fantasy drama film. Oh,
Jonathan.
one of those. Boy, I've seen one Japanese animated romantic fantasy drama film. You've seen them all.
Yep, that's true. Highest grossing stop motion films. I like this list. Chicken Run,
Yeah, I like
great movie. Oh my gosh, so good. Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit, also good. Coraline, The Pirates Adventure with Scientists. I don't know what that
There's
is.
your box trolls at number 6.
Yep,
Yeah,
there it
there's
is.
the box trolls.
Paranorman's also awesome. Corpse Bride.
also-
How was The Nightmare
Also-
Before Christmas not at the top of that list, though? Or at least higher in the list?
I
than-
think because it's older and
'cause it's
maybe
old. Yeah, it didn't.
yeah, 93. I mean, it's been a while for that thing.
Crazy.
I think we just have bigger box offices, especially worldwide. It's like that stuff's
Oh, I
much
agree.
bigger
The
now.
worldwide thing is the biggest factor here.
Yeah, Simpsons
Wow.
movie
lot
number
of,
2.
lot of love in the chat room for the movie Your Name. It made Lady Brain's ugly cry.
Yeah.
Ninja Steve says it's really good. Kei Katsumi says it's really good. So
Where's Fantastic Mr. Fox on here? It's not on here.
15th on the stop motion list.
15th, Scott.
All right.
Oh yeah, Your Name. I have seen.
Okay, that's fine.
The trailer for this. I haven't seen it yet though. It looks good.
There's a bunch of things in here I want to see now. I'm kind of in the mood. I'm in the mood for
kind of is, right? Yeah.
Well done.
There's a bunch of things I don't want to see.
That's right.
Good list.
That's so true. Brian
Like
Dunaway.
part 3 of anything.
Suck
Yes,
it.
sir.
You lost. Well done. You're today's loser. But you are the Brian Dunaway on Twitter, so people should follow him there. Bye. All right.
Yes. Follow him there. I'm going to see if that Your Name is streaming anywhere and maybe watch it.
Yeah, it might be on.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive sensational summary of world and local events.
Hey, it's the news, and it's brought to you by...
Brought to you by Coverville, where today at 1 p.m. Mountain Time at twitch.tv/Coverville, you can listen to me celebrate the 2019 inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Listen who's getting inducted this year. It's a big year. The Cure, Def Leppard, Janet Jackson, Stevie Nicks, Radiohead, Roxy Music, and the Zombies. All of those artists and bands getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Currently, I've got a 21-song playlist that I've got to pare down to about, 17 or 18 songs, but it's going to be a big show. So stick around for that. You'll hear covers by folks like Ninja Sex Party, Derek Webb, Nora Jones of the Divinals, and Nick Cave, just to name a few.
Ooh, Nick Cage, everybody. Nick Cage.
Not Nick Cage, Nick Cave.
Oh, shoot. Well...
I could sing a Def Leppard cover song for hours.
Not the bees. Not the bees. I just want to call out Drenched Wildfire in the chat, who says he or she, I can't remember now. Anyway, cannot stand stop motion animation. What is wrong with you? Some of the most delightful, wonderful things ever have been made in stop motion. Drenched Wildfire. Oh, it's a he. Wow. How can you not? Anyway, I don't want to call you out too hard, but that's a bummer to me. Let's get to a story we held over from yesterday.
Okay.
A massive beef-flavored hula hoop was found in Stroud. Check this out.
I'm just wondering who tasted the same. Tastes like beef.
Tastes like beef. Yum, yum, yum.
Tastes like beef.
The giant hoop, or perhaps tube, was found in a beef-flavored packet of the snack Helen Hollywood, a YouTuber who films herself exploring abandoned buildings. Helen was shocked to open the packet and pick out the Rogue Crisp in one of the nation's favorite old school crisp brands. To cheer up the Monday blues, Helen turned her find into a smiley face. I should get a trophy or some sort of prize for uncovering this beefy beast. Beast.
Beefy beast feast.
Again, all these nicknames I had in high school, I don't know how they keep coming up.
Right.
That's practically a penne pasta. A creamy penne pasta. Exclaimed one of her followers. So much bigger. It's enormous. I want to eat it, but I'm afraid, Helen replied. So let's look at it. They keep calling like it's enormous, like you've got this thing you could wrap around your body. It's not that big.
Seriously, when I saw the headline, I was visualizing like that weird circular sheet of ice that they found in the UK last week. The bizarre, perfect circle.
Oh, right.
This is just like in a little packet.
Yeah. Look, all it is. Okay, so look, if you look at the hula hoops,
that's why we know it's beef flavored.
Yeah, exactly. And these little rings is how they're supposed to be, and so one just didn't get cut a whole bunch.
Right, exactly.
What's wrong with society where this is a big deal? I guess I'm signal boosting it, but it's weird. Isn't it weird?
I'd also like to know. Okay, because the package is called hula hoops.
Yeah.
I was going to say, this person does not know what a hula hoop looks like if they think that's the world's largest hula hoop.
Yeah, I agree. It's real weird. Boy, you British in Stroud, wherever you are. Where's Stroud? Somewhere cool. I'm sure Stroud's an awesome place, and I don't want to say anything mean about Stroud.
I should get a trophy or some prize for uncovering this beefy beast.
I'm the first in Stroud to find one this big.
I'm sad that my Twitter that has gotten the most likes is this picture of a food snack.
A massive ring of beef-flavored hula hoop. Philip! All right. Pennsylvania woman
Yes. By the way, people want us to compete with the Jury and Schwood album by doing an album of classic duets done by Queen Elizabeth II and Ken Kratz.
Oh my gosh, you think it would sell? Probably do all right.
Are you kidding?
Would you?
It would kill, my friend. It would kill.
Would you guys run out and spend $1.99 on a thing where Brian and I do that? And we could get like Andrew Allen or somebody to back it, do all the backing on it.
There was peace unknown. I set out to find you with a sharp tooth comb.
And I would just go.
Exactly.
They don't want actual lyrics out of it.
No, none of that. None of that.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic.
Just exactly. We have to find songs where there's just a backing vocalist that does something like that. Philip.
It's just saying Philip.
Like Midnight Train to Georgia, and you just do, instead of the leaving on a midnight train to Georgia, you just go, Philip.
All right, we'll get on that, everybody.
Anyway, Pennsylvania woman.
Yes, Pennsylvania woman tried to kidnap a kangaroo from a petting zoo and then take it to, you guessed it, Florida. The Quakertown woman was arrested Wednesday for attempting to steal this kangaroo from the zoo. Police report shows Lauren McCutcheon, right?
McCutcheon, yeah.
Age 52, faces misdemeanor charges of theft of unlawfully taking and trespassing, as well as a summary offense of damaging property. Bedminster Police, I love that name.
Yeah.
Were called to the Peaceable Kingdom Petting Zoo. And that was on Wednesday. When police arrived, they found McCutcheon clutching a kangaroo. She was stuffing a kangaroo into a Honda Pilot and then planning on driving to Florida. Actually, the Pilot would be a good car for that. It would fit well in the Pilot.
Really would fit in the. Yeah. I would think it would be hunched over. You'd need to listen. If you're kidnapping a kangaroo, it's got to be in an Aztek, a Pontiac Aztek.
Yeah, but isn't that basically what it is? It's like a little SUV, isn't it? The Pilot.
Is that what it is? The Honda Pilot.
I think the Pilot's like an SUV. I think. It's old. They don't make them anymore.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is taller. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one. That or the
maybe
what's the other one they make? The Honda,
the Toyota Tacoma maybe would be a good one.
A Tacoma. Yeah, I like that. That's not bad. A Volkswagen Touareg. That'd be all right. Yeah.
Yes, that would be.
I found out yesterday.
They want something with a sunroof so they could stick their head out the sunroof.
Exactly. His name would be Jack, and all the stereotypes would work. Anyway, she took. Let's see, where we go. Oh, she's planning on driving to Florida. When questioned by police at the scene, she provided a false name and identified herself as a Bucks County Humane Society officer, which she is not. Mm-hmm. She flashed a badge. It was not real. She's not working for anyone's authority. She told police that she was the owner of the property and had rented it to Charis Matey, who runs the petting zoo. Charis
Matey.
She was ordered to court to surrender it and not allowed to have possession of the kangaroo in Pennsylvania, which is why she wanted to take it to Florida. She used a bolt cutter to cut the chain securing the gate to enter the property and take the kangaroo. Now, where were we talking about kangaroo meat the other day? Was it on this show?
We were talking about it. No, it was on America's Next Top Podcaster.
That's what it was.
One of the submissions, yes.
Yeah, a little hinty of what's coming there, folks. You got a little discussion of kangaroo steaks.
That's right.
Which I would totally eat, like right now. Not a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't even think about it. Especially
I would
one of those.
Totally, yeah.
Would you want one of those muscly ones they always show? They're just all ripped and could just kick you into the next generation.
So the boxer, boxer kangaroo.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you want super muscly, right? It's going to be tougher meat. You want
you're a little fat in there. You want a little fatty going on.
You want a little fat, little marbling going on in your kangaroo.
In your kangaroo. I mean, you have kangaroo jerky.
Or Kel who was in that?
Wait a minute. Lesarge has kangaroo jerky. He just hasn't tried it yet. Dude, eat the jerky.
Yeah, and why aren't you sending it to us?
Oh, my gosh.
I think we need to order some kangaroo jerky to try on the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Roger. Remember Roger was the buff one, the famous buff one, and he just died. Hold on. Roger Kangaroo.
There was a famous kangaroo named Roger that was buff?
Yeah. I'll show you this, and you'll go, oh, yeah, that guy. Oh, my gosh, he is so ripped. It's just not right. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't even know what to. You know what? Google search Roger Kangaroo. It's like.
Okay, I do remember Roger. Yes, I remember seeing.
Look at this guy.
And it didn't help that Roger posed like he was constantly flexing.
Yeah. Yeah. Both these shots. Look at this. Just ripped. It's freaky, and he died. He lived a very long time for a kangaroo. So he was clearly someone's photoshopped him with Wolverine claws. Fantastic.
Yeah, I can see why.
But dude was just like a monster. But apparently a real sweetheart too. Anyway,
by all accounts, a really nice kangaroo until he snaps your neck.
That's right. He died. I love this. Born 2006, Australia. Died December 8th, 2018. Species Micropolus rufus. Known for muscular physique. Good job.
Do you even lift, bro?
Yeah. Age 12. That's probably average for a kangaroo. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. They're like dogs.
Did they know why he was like would he be doing things that caused him to be
buff?
Was he exercising? Like,
that's a great question.
I'm trying to figure out the way to ask this question. Like, doing push-ups over in the bush.
It says here, Roger was rescued as a joey, that's like a baby, right? By Chris Barnes after Roger's mother was killed by a car. Barnes started the kangaroo sanctuary on some land. Let's see. This protected Roger and other kangaroos, including Roger's mates. Oh, he had a bunch of babies. That's cool. Roger was the sanctuary's alpha male for many, many years. He grew 6'7" in height, so 6 feet 7 inches. That's 2 meters, and over 200 pounds or 91 kilograms. Although sources put his top weight at 196. In videos, Roger can be seen chasing Barnes, who, like other males, Roger saw as a threat to his harem. I guess Barnes are male kangaroos. I hadn't heard of that before. Came to fame in 2015 when the video went viral showing a bucket he was said to have crushed. But he was also suffering from arthritis. So there's that. I have no idea. It doesn't say how he worked out here. I wish it would.
Wait. Did you say that male roos are called Barnes? No, it's the owner is named Barnes.
Oh. Okay, wait.
Yeah, not like all around the males are called Barnes. He can be seen chasing Barnes in videos.
Oh, here he is, Chris Barnes. Oh, I get it. Because the way that reads, listen to the way it reads goes. Roger grabs
I know it does, yeah.
He can seen chasing Barnes, who, like other males, Roger saw as a threat. Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, he saw he saw Chris Barnes as a threat. So the first thing in here, though, after Roger's mother was killed by a car, so I'm visualizing an 80s exercise montage where after Roger the kangaroo's mother is hit by a car, he's like gonna go get vengeance on the driver, and he's like,
yeah, it's like a montage. You're the best around. No one's ever gonna keep you down. Would that be the song, or would they pick another one?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, no, that would be it.
All right, I like that one a lot.
That would be. You come from a land down under.
Oh yeah, dude.
That would be it. The montage.
Repurpose one of their songs, one of their hits. I like it. All right, there's that story. How about this story about a flight attendant? Says an overweight passenger forced her to wipe his butt.
The big nope.
Hard
pass.
Not in the job description.
Not even a little bit gonna happen.
It says here an overweight passenger aboard a Taiwanese airliner forced the flight attendants to remove his pants so he could use the turlet, then wipe his butt as he moaned in pleasure. It says here. Ugh. I just had a chill.
No.
Flight attendant for EVA Air, which only employs female cabin crew. Anyway, describe the crappy duty with the paunchy perv. It says here. Who wrote this? New York Post. All right. Subjected her and 2 of her colleagues aboard the LA to Taipei flight on Saturday to this thing. The sicko, it says here, I didn't write that, who was confined to a wheelchair, told the flight attendants he needed assistance to use the lavatory about 2 hours into the flight. I felt that as a flight attendant, removing a passenger's underwear was beyond the scope of my responsibilities.
Okay, if you felt that was beyond the scope, then what made you decide that?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, no, it's like, no, if you, you know, if you can't do that for yourself, I'm sorry. We just have to close you in the bathroom until we land.
Yeah, just stay in there, buddy.
Because I don't think your seatmates want you coming back.
She goes on to say, I told him we couldn't help him, but he started yelling. He told me to go in there immediately and threatened to relieve himself on the floor. As the passengers, geez, this is a hard one to read. As the passengers' genitals were now exposed, one of my colleagues brought a blanket, which I used to cover his modesty, she continued. But he very angrily slapped my hand away, saying he didn't want it and only wanted me to remove his underwear so he could use the toilet. My dad used to say toilet.
The toilet.
Yeah. The man also insisted that they keep the door open because otherwise he couldn't breathe. Well, now they all can't breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
The woman managed to keep the door closed, but the man, whose weight was estimated to be 440 pounds, that's a lot, I don't know what that is in kilos, then refused to leave the bathroom unless they wiped his backside after he finished with his business. They don't get back into the whole moaning thing, but there it is.
But I think we've heard enough of that that part of the story to be able to sum it up, right? Like
yeah, we got all we needed.
Yeah. God, that's the guy that they always seem to put me next to when I don't do Southwest and can't pick my own seat.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever had like we did have that Japanese guy punching his wife, and then the flight crew threatened to and then he punched a flight attendant, so the captain threatened to go to Alaska and divert our flight from Japan to Alaska and have him arrested, and they didn't do it. He stayed in his seat. He was drunk, and they flew. We got to Japan, but then I think there were police waiting in Japan. And then Delta said they'd never let him on another Delta flight again. So that's the closest I've ever gotten to like a crazy, weird outburst on a plane. It's never gotten that bad.
I haven't really. I mean, if I've had, I did so much traveling. I'm sure I saw stuff that that would qualify as, wow, that's a crazy thing that happened on a plane. But I honestly can't remember. I'm trying to think back at things that.
I can't think of anything weirder. Like we had that bunch of Chinese schoolgirls on our way to BlizzCon one year. All of them were sick in the back and barfing in bags. So that was fun. But that wasn't that weird, I guess. And we were far enough from it, it didn't really bother me. But then there was, let's see. No, that was in the airport where the dog pooped. You had a dog poop right there in the thing, right? Right there.
Right there. Yeah, right there in the row of seats in front of me. Yep.
Oh, that sucks so bad.
And nobody had to come wipe his butt. I'll just say that.
Nope. Nobody wipes that dog's butt. He gets away with it.
That's right.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom will be here. Tom's Tech Time, it's called, that segment. And talk about technology and what's happening on this beautiful Wednesday. You know, he goes to like Hawaii next week, so he's got to cram it all in this week. Yeah, he's got a little vacation.
Going to Hawaii.
I know. What's up with that? I wouldn't
What's
fly.
Up with that?
I hope they have flight crew and a freaking TSA and a
pay extra for the extra services.
Yeah,
carry on bag and butt wipe service.
Yeah, and air traffic control. You're going to want to pay for that since no one else is paying them. So good luck with that. None of those people are getting paid. Those air traffic control people aren't getting paid. They're just up there in those towers, not getting paid. Going, here I go. I got hundreds of people in my hands. They're up there like freaking Q. John Delancey up there thinking about his daughter, and they got a floating. Before you know it, there's a floating stuffed animal in the White's pool. Oh, I know how this goes. I know how this ends. Oh. Anyway, we're going to take a break.
It ends with a pink teddy bear in season 2.
We'll do that, and Nicole will be here. But before all of that, a song from Brian, who done brought one. What do you got?
I done brought one. A new album from a band called Dear Boy. It's actually a new EP from a band called Dear Boy. Their new EP called the Strawberry EP comes out March 1st, but you're going to get to listen here to a sneak preview of one of their tracks. These guys had a big year last year. They were hailed as one of the best bands of Los Angeles by critics and music publications. They went on a tour with the band Rogue Wave, who I've played on Coverville and TMS before. Also playing with other bands called Daywave and Sunflower Bean. They've been working hard on this EP. And the first new single from this EP is called Semester. You're going to hear that right here. Here is Semester by the band Dear Boy.
All right. I'm going to mark it, and then I'm going to play this.
I just trying to help these high school kids and college kids because they ain't got no money.
So Trump had him run down by a car.
Welcome to day one of the 2020 presidential campaign. This is the morning stream.
All right, we're back, everybody.
Excellent. So, one of our listeners, Mountain Goat Doug, who lives here in Colorado, out east, sent me a link or told me about a restaurant called the Great Australian Bite. Kangaroo pies, chicken curry pies.
Is it just pies?
No, sausage roll. Like it's all Australian food though. So I am.
I want like an Australian. I want like a kangaroo flank, like a big old piece of meat.
Yeah, I bet you can get one of those.
Yeah,
I'm going. I'm totally going. This place sounds fantastic.
You should go because then the rest of us can hear what that's all about. So
yes.
that should be
I wonder if kangaroo meat is on the Weight Watchers app.
Yeah, I wonder.
I'll have to look later.
Oh, it's got to be, right? It's got to be on there.
I don't know.
Well, time will tell. Let's get Tom Merritt all up in it.
Yes, and Tom will tell.
Tom will tell. He knows. I wonder if he's ever had it. We'll ask him. That's what we'll do. But I got to play his theme first. Here you go.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
The man in question, Tom Merritt, all the way from Los Angeles, California, who is here.
Los Angeles.
Tom Merritt, have you ever had kangaroo meat? Is that a thing?
I have.
Oh, this is great. Okay, so are you just going to tell us it tastes like chicken?
Well, okay,
or?
you know what? Let me backpedal just a tiny bit. I've had kangaroo jerky.
Oh, all right.
Oh, okay.
All right. But that's still, I guess it's treated meat then. Or not treated.
I mean, it's kangaroo meat that has been dried and preserved.
Yeah.
Right.
And did you enjoy what you had there? Or what did you think?
It was a little tough, but then again, it's jerky.
It was jerky.
What do you expect? Right? Yeah. I mean, it's it's all over the place in the souvenir shops. We were in Australia in May for my nephew's wedding, and like at the airport, in every souvenir shop in Sydney, kangaroo jerky everywhere. It's a big deal.
All right. Well, I want to try some now. I'm all into this idea.
Yeah, it's actually better in the Weight Watchers app than beef. It's 3 ounces of cooked kangaroo is only 2 points. So that's a good substitute for your red meat.
Well, and it's kind of from what I understand of a recent podcast I listened to.
Yes.
It's like bison, where you can't, you got to be careful not to overcook it.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I like bison when it's cooked right, but I've had overcooked bison and it's bad. It's not a good time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what is a good time, though, having Tom Merritt come on the show on Wednesdays and talk about the technology news of that day. Oh, yes, that's right, because later today you get the Daily Tech News Show. I'm on today, so whatever he talks about here is like cheating for me, because then I'm going to learn early about like kind of what's floating and wafting in the wind. Tom Merritt, what's going on?
What if I promised you no holes in your phone?
Oh, wait, that's completely sealed, non-hole experience phone?
Well, okay. I'm talking no headphone jack.
Okay.
No power port.
Okay.
No SIM card slot.
Okay.
No speaker holes.
All right.
The only holes that anyone has been able to detect on the Meizu Zero that was announced is possibly a couple of microphone holes at the bottom that you can talk on it.
Wow.
But otherwise, Meizu, calling it the Zero, says no buttons, no speaker holes, no SIM card slot, no charging port. So while everybody else is going foldable, Meizu steered hard into portless.
Yeah, completely sealed experience. So to what end do you think? What's the point of it? Because these are pretty. I mean, the Galaxies.
Me to talk about it, getting people like us to talk about it. I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice clean look, and of course it's IP68 rated against water and dust because there's not many cracks for stuff to get in. And it looks nice. It doesn't have a notch. It's using a bezel at the top for the front-facing camera. They could have done a notch and tried to go like full screen, but they didn't. They actually have a little bit of a chin there.
I'm looking at this here now. I found a link. Well, it's not exactly showing it, but So weird. I'm trying to get my head around the practicality, because if I go buy a brand new Galaxy Note or a new iPhone or just about anybody's phone these days, they're water resistant to the degree that if you dropped it in the pool or the toilet or something, you're okay. You're going to get it out and everything's going to be fine. Some people will go swimming with it and take video and everything's still fine. So I guess I don't understand.
I mean, it's a show off thing, right? They used the underscreen speaker technology, so they wouldn't have to have a speaker grill. So you still have speakers; they just come through the screen. Which is a lot of people have touted as being a better listening experience because it's coming out of the video that you're looking at. They have the underscreen fingerprint sensor, so it still has fingerprint sensor in there. They have their own wireless charging technology. They're promising that Super M Charge wireless will charge at speeds up to 18 watts. Compare that to Apple, which is 7.5, and Samsung, which is 9. That if that fulfills the promise, that's pretty good. So it's a solid phone. It's a 5.9-inch AMOLED display. It's got the underscreen. So, it's got all these whiz-bang features in it. It all really, to me, depends on the price. The no holes, well, all holes barred, I guess, in this case, aspect of it is just sort of a talking point for the press, I think, to get Meizu. Meizu, they've been around for a while, but they're not in the top 5 smartphone makers. But a lot of these Chinese companies are starting to move into that. So, this comes out at $399. That's a great phone. But the no ports thing, I think, is just sort of a gimmicky aspect.
So is it any less or more gimmicky than the folding? I mean, the folding thing seems like it might actually have some practical
Folding is definitely the bigger trend. Xiaomi showed off an engineering concept of their foldable today. And theirs, you fold from the sides when it's in its tablet format, and then it folds under the middle, which it makes it into the smartphone format. I'm still undecided whether people are going to want this or not. It's certainly great, cool technology. I got to see the one that was being shown off at CES, but I don't know that it becomes a really nice phone at the end. We'll see what Xiaomi comes up with. We'll see what Samsung, Lenovo, a bunch of other people are promising foldable phones. And Mobile World Congress is in just about a month at the end of February. That's when we'll get a lot of these. And in fact, a lot of these announcements like, hey, our phone has no ports. Hey, here's our engineering concept for foldable is leading up to Mobile World Congress to get people interested into paying attention to their press announcements there. Yeah,
I'm very curious about it. Just because it seems like every time somebody folds one of those, it's just the fattest phone you ever held in your hand.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, again, the one from Royale that I tried out at CES worked great. I was impressed by the foldable screen. So my take was, wow, Royale is going to sell this technology to other people to use because the design was fat. It was a fat little phone when you were done.
Yeah, and obviously that gets thinner as they iterate on it or whatever.
I suppose so, yeah.
But it is one of those things where I'm immediately intrigued by it, but also immediately skeptical of the actual need for it. And I always try to not do that because I don't want to be that guy where I'm just like, they don't know about nothing. These aren't innovative. Like, I don't want to be that guy. I want to see this stuff for what it is.
We have both been that guy and been so wrong in the past. I'm right there with you.
Right. Yeah. So there's always this little tick in my head that says, no, hold on, Scott, you've done this before and you were wrong. Why don't you think about this for a minute? Maybe but this one's a real scratcher for me, and I can't quite figured out. It is neat looking.
You mean the foldable or the 0 ports?
In both cases, like
I can see the appeal of the foldable if when it's a phone, it feels like a phone.
Yeah.
To be able to unfold it into a tablet screen when you want a bigger screen, totally into that.
Yeah.
I've been wanting that for a long time. I always thought of it more as a windshade aspect, right, where I would just unroll the screen to the size that I wanted. This is not quite that, but I would like to be able to have a tablet and a phone in one device that I can slip in my pocket. I don't see these quite yet being the ones that I want.
No, and the problem is their smallest form factor, which is the foam form factor, is the thickest form factor. So it's actually the largest form factor in terms of what a normal phone would be. And
because what's the old challenge, like fold this piece of paper 10 times?
Right. 7, I think, 7.
Is it 7? Yeah.
Is it 7? That's right. And wasn't another one if you could do if you could do it 100 times, it would reach to the moon or something. Some weird thing like that. There's some weird weird connected thing to that where
because it just kept getting thicker and thicker as you folded it.
Yeah, because it's an exponential growth thing.
If you could fold it to atom size.
Yeah, which is impossible. Obviously, with stretch break.
Sure.
I want to say that was a MythBusters thing that they actually
busted
down to kind of like they had like a sheet of paper that was the size of a parking lot or something, and they
just kept folding it.
They just kept folding it.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
They had to use a bulldozer to flatten it or something. This might have been a fever dream. I don't know, but
Crazy
really
Turkish
funny.
is backing you up in the chat room. He says they did that.
Was Buster Rhymes in your dream?
He was, and he was.
Great. Well, I had the
was this pre or post Malone?
I had a very weird. It was Karl Malone. That's what Karl Malone say. Anyway, hey, this is great. I'm excited to talk about this and, of course, the myriad of other buffet items on display today on the Daily Tech News Show. Is there, before then, anything else you'd like to mention?
Well, yes. It's a Thing is back. If you didn't realize, Molly Wood and I are podcasting together again. I know some folks out there remember us podcasting together way back in the aughts. And we're doing it again. It's a Thing was a show that we started actually around 2010, I think. But we took a hiatus for a few years and have brought it back. Just Molly and I talking about stuff that has caught our eye and is of interest to us. Television shows, books, food, plants, whatever, fashion. Check it out at it'sathing.me.
You could almost say It's a Thing is a thing again, right?
It's a thing. It's a thing again.
It absolutely is.
Will there be a future episode about It's a Thing where you talk about It's a Thing being a thing?
Oh, man.
Yes, I think we have actually done that.
That's dangerous.
We folded the piece of paper 11 times on itself.
And then we reached to the moon.
Whoa. You've done it.
I was also going to say that I'm really enjoying my participation in a certain competition podcast.
Yes, I'm enjoying your participation too. And people who are wanting to hear it actually can go to americasnexttoppodcaster.com and hear the first episode. Although I don't have a link to the episodes page. I've got the post. I'm waiting to do the whole iTunes thing because you've got to do it a whole certain way with album art. And album art's not quite finished yet, so this isn't the full Monty yet, but it's 3/4 Monty.
There's a lot of Monty up there.
Monty.
It's almost Del Monty is what it is.
Oh my gosh, that's not good. Hey, that's the thing you had in that's not a regional Western thing. You guys had Del Monte where you're from, Tom, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Del Monte was nationwide.
Yeah. All right.
I think of Del Monte particularly, not entirely, but particularly with canned cling peaches.
Oh, I think of beans, and I'm not loving.
Yeah, we definitely had beans and pineapples and all that.
Not really into the beans, to be honest, but some bad memories. But I'll tell you what, good memories will be made today at 2:30 Mountain Time. So check it out, dailytechnewsshow.com. Tom Merritt, have a fantastic morning.
Thanks, y'all too.
At least he has hats that fit him.
Do you not have hats that fit you?
I have 2 hats that fit me, and I had to get them in a weird place. You can't just buy them in a store. I have a giant fat head, and I always have. It doesn't matter how thin I am. It doesn't matter any time. My skull is too big, and nothing fits right. What are you gonna do?
I don't know, but I remember this. I'll keep this story short. But in elementary school, there was this kid who liked to pick on everybody, and the thing he would say to pick on me was, "Brian's got a big head. Look at Brian's big head." And then he said that at a school picnic where my mom happened to be within earshot.
Yeah.
And she came over and said, "Oh, what did you say?" "Oh, Brian's got a big head. I think it's because he's so smart.
Yeah.
And his brain is so big."
They never do follow through when you confront them, do they?
Exactly.
Those bullies don't know what to do. Hey, I hear a voice, and it's going to be like this. Nicole Spagnolo, all the way from Colorado. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I have a big head too. Well, I can never find a hat that fits.
Yeah,
unless it's like a knit hat.
Same here. I can do the beanies fine, like a knit hat or a winter hat or whatever. But if it's a cap, like a baseball cap or something, I have to look in the weirdest places. Well, now it's just online, but even then, I'll look on Amazon and go, all right, is this like triple size, freaking jumbo, triple X? What is this? And then maybe it'll fit, maybe. But
I've never I was looking like those really cute summer hats where they're big floppy, the big floppy hats. Never do they fit me. And when they do, I have very wide cheekbones. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for me.
We are anomalies in the world of head size, and I don't know why. My kids have this too. Carter can't find a hat that truly fits.
Yeah.
Nick kind of has a big bonkers head. So all you guys with normal size heads, be happy. Also, I have like average, so I'm 6'4", but my feet are small compared to people my height. Normally people are like size 12 and a half or something for this height. These are like 10 and a half, 11s at most. Like I got little bitty feet. And I got these little elf ears. Oh,
are you 10 and a half? That's that's the same size Mark is.
Yeah, me and Mark wearing the same size shoe. And I'm only
you could share shoes together.
I'm only like
12 and a half, so I won't fit in your shoes.
See, you got 12 and a half.
In your shoes.
You traded. I think I traded head size for foot size. Is what happened. I don't get it, man. I do not get it. But I do get this. It's Wednesday. It's time for us to do recommendals.
Woohoo!
We take stuff from streaming services and we recommend them here on the program. Now
I got a good one this week.
Oh, me too.
I'm so excited to talk about it.
I'm still nervous that you and I picked the same thing, but we're gonna find out.
No, we didn't.
Okay, good.
We didn't.
I'm worried that you and I picked the same thing then.
All right. No. Well, maybe you guys. Yeah, maybe you guys. Did.
I have a documentary. Do you have a documentary?
I have a documentary. Yes, I do.
Damn it, Scott.
I know. We'll see.
Well,
maybe
we did. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Brian, we know yours isn't though, so let's play your clip. Do you have a setup for this?
We'll start with my documentary, which came out last year.
Nice.
You'll be hearing. Well, should I tell you? It might help give it away. You'll be hearing Natalie Portman talking to Tessa Thompson in this clip.
I like both of those people. So here we go. Let's see what we get.
How long was your husband in the Shimmer?
It's hard to say exactly. Theoretically, as long as a year.
It's a long time to be inside and remain intact.
Not so sure it was intact. I checked my blood last night. It's in me.
It will be in all of us.
Is this Annihilation?
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Oh, been
came
putting
out
this
last
off.
year. Yeah.
Didn't somebody tell us to watch this and they had it it was overseas already on Netflix, but it wasn't, it was still in the theaters here.
Right. It was still in theaters here and it was in Netflix in Europe or something, or Canada. It is now in Amazon Prime. You can watch it on Amazon Prime. I think it's also in Hulu. So it's
Hulu.
It's in a couple places, I believe. Hulu. Natalie Portman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Tessa Thompson, the dude from New Girl who played Nick, whose name I can never remember.
Oh, he's a Batman, Spider-Man B.
He is. He's
yeah,
right. Spider-Man B.
Yeah,
right.
love him. I can't remember.
No, I take that back. Oscar Isaac. I get him and I could have sworn it was Jake Johnson, but it's not Jake Johnson. It's Oscar Isaac.
Oh, okay.
without the scruff, Jake Johnson and Oscar Isaac look a lot alike.
I agree. And to me, it's like when Jake Gyllenhaal has a beard. Well, like in the Mysterio appearance, he looks just like that Charpak Choclo or whatever his name is in District 9. They look the same.
Charlito. Charlito.
Charlito Pacalo. That's his name.
Charlito's Way. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a sci-fi movie that came out last year. It talks about a weird extraterrestrial event where a meteor crashes into a lighthouse. And this thing starts expanding around it, this zone called the Shimmer. And people go in, and sometimes they don't come out the way they went in. And Natalie Portman is the wife of a soldier who goes in there, and goes in apparently as Jake Johnson and comes out as Oscar Isaac.
Oh, nice. Nice. Boy, those aliens are up to some business.
They're really up to something.
Yeah.
No, but it's I really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much right after it ended, and it's one of those movies that the more you think about afterwards, the more you fully appreciate it. And
do you think a second watch would be better?
I think a second watch definitely would be better. Yeah, because I think that there are not necessarily clues, but there's more that's given to you at the start, in the first half of the movie, than in the second. Parts of it are a little bit slow, and I mean, the acting's all really good. Boy, Jennifer Jason Leigh, she's gone from playing the little sweetheart in Fast Times at Ridgemont High to playing very angry, aggressive women. Lately. Like, she was mean in Weeds. She was mean in this.
I like her, though. She's fascinating.
I want some friendly Jennifer Jason Leigh performances.
Oh, that's adorable. I mean, would you put it on par with like Arrival? It's like in that vein of kind of.
No, I'd put it a few shades under Arrival. I'd probably give it I'd probably say it's what's it? I'm trying to think of some recent sci-fi that was like, okay, that's some pretty good sci-fi. There's like
the Expanse.
A list of... Oh, I love the Expanse.
I can't compare it to the Expanse.
I heard that the third season's coming soon.
Yeah. Well, it's coming because Amazon bought it, so they're doing it.
No, I thought it was Netflix that bought it.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon?
Yep. Okay. I watched Jeff Bezos get up on a table read with a bunch of the cast members and go, and it's coming here, and then you went with that weird laugh of his. It was great.
Oh, the fourth season. Wait, I thought it was the third season.
Fourth. Yeah, they've had three.
Fourth.
The third ended on Sci-Fi, and that was the last, and now they'll get to a fourth.
So here's a comparison. It's by the same director, I believe, Alex Garland, who did Ex Machina, and I'd say it's not as good as Ex Machina, but not too far.
You mean Ex Macarena?
Yeah,
Ex Macarena. Yes.
Yeah. Ex Macarena, everybody.
Ex Macarena.
Ex Macarena.
Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Ex Machina.
Well, that's fantastic. I want to see it and have been meaning to.
Yeah,
it's definitely worth seeing, and it is another one of those movies that you probably don't want to have an iPad in your lap, looking up stuff. Oh, what else has Tessa Thompson been in recently besides Thor Ragnarok and Westworld?
Yeah, I like her. I feel like I shouldn't like her, but I do. Is that a weird thing to say?
I have such a crush on her. Tina knows that I have a big old crush on Tessa Thompson.
She's just such a jerkweed in
she's
Westworld.
She's not a nice person in Westworld. Yeah.
No, I hate her in there. But
she's
I also
she's a nice person in Thor Ragnarok.
She's okay there. She's with Thor again in that upcoming reboot of
Men in Black.
Men in Black. Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Tessa Thompson
together again.
And in Westworld she showed her bum. I remember that. Do you remember that scene?
Tom Green all of a sudden?
She showed her bum. Yeah. Tom Green. Oh my God.
Tom Green.
I haven't heard
My bum is on the couch. My bum is on the couch.
I haven't heard that in so long. That's a crazy thing.
He's going to be on the Celebrity Big Brother.
Already is. Started Monday.
Did it start?
Yes, it started Monday. We watched the first half of the first episode, and I don't like any of these people. Kato Kaelin is in this thing. Anthony Scar. I mean, when Tom Green, and I like Tom Green. Tom Green is the most likable person on there. But you got
gosh,
you got Kato Kaelin. You got who is the?
Oh wait, Anthony Scaramucci's in it.
Scaramucci's in it.
Oh my gosh, what the frick is he doing? He was a press secretary for literally like 15 days.
Exactly. Yes. What's his face? Who is the swimmer that's not Michael Phelps that got in all the trouble in Rio?
Yeah.
The one who goes, yeah.
This sounds terrible. I don't want anything to do with this.
It feels like there is so much douche in that house.
Yeah, I'll be skipping that. I'm still watching The Masked Singer, though.
Ryan Lochte.
Are you watching The Masked Singer?
I have not started watching.
But I understand Nicole is obsessed with this thing.
I don't know why.
Start watching it.
And my son loves it too, so we watch it together, and we just love it. I mean, granted, I kind of ruined it for myself because I went on Reddit and got some clues. So I know, I think I know. But you don't know until they're unmasked. Then that's the fun part of it. So
I like it in concept. I like the concept. Do we still not know who it is, though? You still wondering who it is?
Well, there's a bunch of them. There's like a dozen.
Yeah, Deer. So Deer has been voted off. And let me tell you who it is.
No, don't tell me who anybody is.
But when Deer...
It's like Deer and Wizard carrying a lamppost. And
no, there's Deer, Pineapple, and what was the other one? Hippo were all voted off.
Sounds like the worst anime I've never seen. So wait a minute. If they've been voted off, do they then reveal who they are when they get voted off?
Yes, that's the whole point.
Okay.
So once they're voted off, they...
And they give you clues.
How do you keep them, like, they get voted off because they can't sing as well as the
right?
As the other
It's a singing competition. So my favorite is Lion. I love her, and I think I agree with the clues and
people think it's Lady Gaga.
No, it's not Lady Gaga.
Okay.
It sounds like there was times where I was like, "Is that Lady Gaga?"
Yeah, I read that's what I was reading.
She's too tall. She's
Yeah.
too tall for Lady Gaga.
Yeah, she's a shorty.
So,
there's no way that Lady Gaga would wear any sort of apparatus to make her taller.
But when are they all like B level when they come out of these things? Aren't they just like people that maybe showed up on NCIS a couple episodes? Like, aren't they just? They're not like.
I was pretty impressed with Deer, who Deer was.
Really?
So did you know the people? Once they said they had the reveal for Deer, Pineapple, and Hippo. Had you heard those people's names before? Like, did you say?
Yeah. Well, except I didn't know who Hippo was. He was an athlete. I didn't know. Who
Oh, interesting. So that's not just like movie TV people. It can be more.
Yeah, it's athletes, it's actors, it's there's even there's a Vegas performer in there.
Ooh.
I also like Peacock. Peacock and Lion are my two favorites right now.
Peacock.
I'm surprised that Hippo was able to reveal who they were because of the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act.
I don't get that joke.
I get it. Well done, Brian. We'll leave that one to
Health Information Privacy Act. HIPAA.
Oh, HIPAA.
Get it? HIPAA. It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke.
Terrible
it's just,
joke.
Yeah. It was so bad it just went right under your radar. All right, I'm gonna play my my clip here, and let's see if you guys have it in you to tell what the crap this is, or if I totally Skype Nicole's pick this week. I don't know, but let's find out. Here you go.
We'll see.
So I'm imploring them to cancel paying guests at this point. You know, they're not going to have a place to stay. And the response from Billy was, we're not a problems-focused group. We're a solutions-oriented group. We need to have a positive attitude about this. We need to have a good attitude. And he was unflappable, but he was also entirely delusional. So it was this constant battle in my mind between, is this guy a genius or is he a madman? Because he just would not take no for an answer, and he would not take advice.
And where do you land now?
He's a liar.
Oh.
Oh, it's the Fyre Festival.
Did I steal your thing?
The French Fry Festival.
It's Fyre Festival.
Put on by Hamburglar.
Is this the Netflix one?
This is the Netflix one.
Okay. Did you watch the
I watched
Hulu
both.
one?
Yes, I watched both
did?
of them. I watched the Netflix one first, then I went back and watched the Hulu one. I would actually recommend the other order. Because I think they're literally, that's what these are, is they're in order, weirdly. The Hulu one is a lot more backstory about the life of Billy McFarlane and other things he got into and did, and just tons of background. It's barely about the Fyre Festival. It's hardly about it. It's mostly about that other stuff. And that's fine, because as it turns out, the Netflix one is definitely almost entirely about the Fyre Festival itself. So you get some of that background, and some of it's shared between the documentaries. But I found the two of them together to be a nice big whole story. I think they both stand alone just fine. But I think if you really want to dig deep into that freaking cluster F that thing turned into, I think both documentaries are good. And I think watching the Hulu one first and then the Netflix one is the way to go. If you're like, I don't have time in my life for this, well, then just do the Netflix one, because I think the better story is all the nitty-gritty about the actual festival falling apart. That's probably the one I would focus on.
See, I'm more fascinated in how does something like this happen?
Well, you get all of that. You get all of that.
Get that.
You get that from, I mean, the Hulu one does a pretty good job of setting up sort of the mindset of what leads to things like this, but I think the Netflix one does a better job of showing it happen kind of in real time, and you see where the mistakes are made, and you see where stuff goes wrong, and how they're just unwilling. And I say they, I mean mainly Billy McFarlane is just unwilling to change course when every smart person anywhere would tell you to change course. Like, it's just insane. And it goes places. You're just like, oh my gosh, dude, what were you guys doing? How in the hell did this happen? And also the Fyre Festival one, I think, gets more into, the Netflix one gets more into Ja Rule's role in all this, and you know, kind of the flat.
It's kind of disappointing. I mean, because he has a platform, and it just He chose wrong.
So bad, dude. It was so bad. Wrong. I can't recommend it enough. It's going to piss you off probably, no matter what, if you watch either of these, especially I think the Netflix one, because it's just aggravating. And but it's also a really, you were talking about that internet fame thing you watched last week.
The American meme.
That one. There's a bunch of that in here too. There's a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to influencers and when they're allowed to say what they're allowed to say or when they're not, or just this kind of world we live in where everything is hype and nothing's real sometimes. The Fyre Festival is this amazing example of hype, artifice, frosting only, don't show the cake, just the frosting, and then when everyone has to eat the cake, it's just made of cat shit. It's just amazing. I really liked it. So I would start with Hulu.
Like your cat shit cake analogy, by the way.
So do you remember the New Media Expo?
I do. Oh
yeah.
There was 1 year. What was the year we went, Brian? It was
2000. Well, the one where we went, there
was like a group of us, I think.
Bill
was there. It was in Vegas.
Where we were up on stage. We got the award for the for TMS.
Yes.
What was it called? It was still called New Media, or was it called something else? Blogger World?
No, it was. Well, Blogger World turned it into New Media, and then did the podcast awards. And I think there was one more year, maybe
2012. I think it was 2012 because the next year was the one Scott came to.
No, because 2014 was the year you guys were there, and I wasn't for the big TMS one. The big stage one with the wrestler.
So maybe it was 2015. He took a lot of pre-orders and it never happened.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes, right.
Right. No, dude, that guy promised stuff that was absolutely pie in the sky. He promised a beach house that would hold up to 100 people that was this exclusive.
Not New Media Expo.
No, it's not Media Expo.
You're back on the Fyre Festival.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Todd and the new podcast awards, the new Todd podcast awards, right?
No, I'm talking about the New Media Expo, and it was supposed to happen, and a lot of people came in because I followed it, and I was like, damn, there's a lot of people lost some money there.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It kind of goes into this okay, when does it fail kind of stuff.
Right. When do you admit failure?
Icor in the chat says Kim could have saved Salvage Fire. You're probably right. She probably could have. But just the food and what they did.
People would have gotten the little styrofoam packets with a cheese sandwich. They would have gotten some jambalaya or some.
You would have eaten. I can guarantee you that. They didn't. The food problem wouldn't have been a problem. But man, it is like something else, man. You guys got to see it. So, Nicole, it sounds like you've already seen it.
Yeah.
You saw it.
Yeah, not that one. I just watched the Hulu one. I watched something else instead.
Okay, good.
So, Brian, look away, Brian.
I'm looking away. Look away.
I just put it in the chat.
All right, so here we go.
This is on Netflix.
Hit and play.
It's a documentary.
Oh, it is a documentary. All right.
Did y'all just pick him up? It's Bill Murray. Yeah.
Oh,
you are kidding.
There's always that one person who you want to meet, and you'd be like, this is never going to happen. And then this guy shows up at your door.
I'm bartending outside on the patio, and I get a text message.
We're just about to sit down for dinner. Knock at the door.
I'm a wedding photographer, and I get ready to photograph. And as I look through the lens, I see this guy.
We were having a house party, and I run inside, close the door. I was like, shh, you're not going to believe it. Bill Murray's here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the new Bill Murray stories or stories of tales of Bill Murray or something like that.
This is on Netflix. The Bill Murray stories, life lessons learned from a mythical man is the full title of the documentary. I cannot recommend this enough because the way that the guy puts the documentary together, he kind of does all these stories that were like, that can't be real. And he kind of goes to the place, and he interviews the people that they happen to. It's about Bill Murray, but it's not about Bill Murray. It's about something bigger. And if you're sad or if you're just in a down mood, watch this documentary. I felt so good watching it.
Can you alleviate a fear? I need you to alleviate a fear of mine. Okay.
What?
My fear is that the whole thing is about people just going, ooh, famous guy came to do a thing.
Not
he came
all.
down from his place where he's famous. He came down to our level for 5 minutes.
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
It's about much more. And you kind of, They get into why they think Bill Murray does it. They go back to Second City and his time at Improv. They even have another guy in there that they talk about why he does what he does. And there's an interview of Bill Murray and him talking about why he engages with people. And it's about being present in the moment. It's about none of this matters and what that means and how to better live your life. I found it inspiring.
Wow.
So
Are you sure you didn't accidentally watch Marie Kondo?
No, but you know what my favorite meme going around is Maria Kondo, or however you say her name. She should help people with their video game inventories, and I don't mean people's collection of video games, but like if you've ever played like a Resident Evil game, it's like playing Tetris in there, trying to get your gun to fit and all these stuff.
Oh,
so
no kidding. Oh, she needs to get in my World of Warcraft backpack.
Like, yes, go into your bank, go to your WoW bank, and fix that up.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that sounds. I'm gonna have to watch this. That sounds great to me.
Yeah. Everybody, if you hear my voice, watch this documentary. I really enjoyed it. I really like. I like Bill Murray more. Like, to me, he was just an actor. Like, and I've heard kind of the stories, and I didn't really get the mythos of him, because you see like the stickers and the things like that, and you're like, what?
Sure.
And he's just a guy that just happens to be an actor and a celebrity, and I don't know, it's just really cool.
That's the reason I asked you the question before, is because the fear in these things for me comes from, well, if we didn't know Bill Murray for who he was just a guy working at the parks department and lived in New Jersey somewhere and started showing up at people's bars. There's no documentary. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it has to be Bill Murray for this to be interesting at all. And so I love Bill Murray and love him. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. I think he's super interesting, and the stories that you hear are cool. And his later life work is in some of the best movies he's ever done. I just love him. But I was worried when I saw this on Netflix, and you've helped alleviate a lot of that. But when I first saw it, I went, oh, is this just going to be like a weird people worship thing where...
Not at all. I mean, you get that little part of it, but it becomes so much more that I feel like it's just a feel good kind of thing. And I think you would love it, Scott.
Okay. Well, I'm in. I'll watch it. Yeah. I believe in your... Listen, last week Brian recommended a thing, and I immediately watched it and loved it. So I'm going to do that with yours. The very next thing I'm going to watch is this Bill Murray documentary. So there you go. If you should watch the Fyre Festival thing on Netflix, though, just so you can. I don't want
to be depressed. That's why I watched the Bill Murray stories, because I wanted to be happy.
All right, watch that. Watch that. Then watch the Marie Kondo crap, and then it'll even out.
I started watching it. It's not for me.
You know what? I don't like it at all, because I'm into like, hey, I'd love some tips on let's tidy up. Just look at this freaking
declutter and stuff. Yeah,
like I love that. I could use her in my life, but it feels like an infomercial. And I can't deal with it. Yeah, it feels like it's just her going, in my book, I have a mini idea about how to tidy up. And it's just a constant, like, it's just a constant, like, hey, whoa, wow. Like, it doesn't feel, it feels like not a documentary series or a self-help thing. It feels like a...
Infomercial?
Infomercial, yeah. And I wish it didn't. But that's fine. It's just me. Maybe it's Nicole, too. But everyone else, enjoy your Marie Kondo.
Yeah, I'm not really enjoying her. I'm like,
she's kind of a hoot.
I've seen better shows on HGTV.
Yeah, I like that. I like that couple that's in Waco, Texas. Everyone knows them. I'm new to the party here, but what's it called? Fixer Upper. It's
I think we talked about them.
Yeah,
as well on this.
I finally got to see them while we were downtown in that hotel, and I totally get the appeal. Like Chip and what's her name?
Joanna.
That feels like a legit. There are outtake moments that are like, oh my gosh, this is just a funny couple jabbing each other in between takes, and it's great. I really think that's awesome. Yeah. Whereas most of what I see on HGTV, poopy McPoopy. Like a lot of it is so contrived and dumb, especially even other house stuff. But whatever reason, those two just come off as genuine. I know probably
they're not there. I think they stopped doing the show.
No, they're still going, aren't they?
I think because they now do a lot of household stuff for Target.
Yeah.
And I heard maybe that they were going to spin off their own thing.
You might be right. Chip and Joanna Gaines. I'm not sure. Maybe that did just end. Well, anyway, they just had another baby.
Fixer uppers over. See, Jedi 71.
They just had a new baby
So-
like 2 days ago. Little baby. Oh. Wiener and vagina got together again. All right. So, that's fantastic.
awesome.
These are some good recommendations today. And if you are interested in following up and learning more, Nicole posts these on her Twitter account over there at Nicole
do.
Spag. So, Nicole Spag. It's easy to spell, easy to use. Head on over there now and check it out. Nicole, anything else before we go?
Nope.
How's your head cold? Better head cold?
Better, but Mark's still not doing so good.
Well, just throw some sawdust in his face. That'll wake him right up.
How could that? How could that go wrong?
It can't go wrong. Just throw it in him and throw it in his face. I mean, Kim's dad. This is the thing. I mean, Mark's very good about like wearing the respirator when it's needed, and he knows all that stuff really well.
Inhaling sawdust and stuff. Yes.
Right. But my father-in-law, Daniel, spent his entire youth, 20s, 30s, and 40s running a wood shop, and they were not as picky back then about wearing that stuff. So now he's got like this persistent sawdust cough that never goes away.
Oh no.
I know, it sucks. He's otherwise real good shape, doing good, everything's good, but he's, 72 and has this horrific freaking level of old sawdust in his system. He's like one of those coal miners kind of thing going on there. So hopefully it doesn't, we don't believe it means an early demise or anything, but it just gives him a cough constantly. Hey, that's the end of that. How about we do some emails here at the end of the show?
Yes, love to.
All right, great. We got one from Dylan, who wrote into our email address, themorningstream@gmail.com, and he says this: I am a physical therapist and fitness nutrition coach. Attached,
like a robot, the way you're saying it.
He says, please, and the subject line was, please stop using the back adjuster thing. The thing I bought.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Your strap deal.
Yeah, he says it's all hokey-majokey and that I should do this the real way, which he points to you and says this. He says, also, you recently said you wanted to lose weight and get more fit like Brian is trying to do. I would love to help you with this for free. My way of giving back to the show. Love you guys. All right, Dylan, physical therapist. You tell me. Your file was corrupt. That's why I'm not playing it. You sent me a...
So, tell you what, we'll help you with your audio. You help us with fitness. How's that? Trade-off.
Exactly. So, Dylan, you send me another email with some tips and tricks, and we'll talk about them on the show even. So that sounds great. We're happy to turn this into freaking...
That is the one thing I miss. I love the new direction we've got with Bill, but there are times that I do miss Fitness Geek.
Yeah.
But I think we covered everything. Now I need to go back and listen to old episodes of Fitness Geek.
Yeah, plus he's all fat again. He's all chubby again.
Yeah, what is exactly?
Yeah,
Jeez,
he just let it go.
Anybody shouldn't be.
He was in here going, oh, yeah, do 1,000 push-ups a minute, and you're going to be great. All right, see you next week. And then now he's making everything. He's just sitting around going, like it's just gone. It's gone to shit. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, Bill?
And on a completely unrelated note, we now have another opening on Tuesdays. So,
Bill knows I'm kidding.
Yes.
All right. Rishi B wrote in. We know him.
We do know Rishi B.
For lots of reasons. Says this. This is 4 days ago, so I'm actually just getting to this. But Rishi B from Ann Arbor, Michigan says, the parent that wrote into the most recent Therapy Thursday email about a child who was apparently trying to fess up to having copied their art may connect to this Noah Baumbach movie about Jesse Eisenberg exhibiting the same behavior because his father, Jeff Daniels, does it. So it's a little different, but it could be therapeutic for people to see people work through a similar problem, even in a fictional way, says Rishi B from Ann Arbor, Michigan. He gave me the IMDb thing here, and the movie is called... hold on. This is taking forever to load.
Too, because I'm curious.
Yeah, it's called...
The Squid and the Whale.
The Squid and the Whale.
Sure.
No, I don't know what this is. Is it good?
I remember it coming out. I never saw it, but, Jeff Daniels and Jesse Eisenberg, and I had no idea what this was about. I just remember the name, The Squid and the Whale.
This came out in 2018. I never even heard of it. So, I'll check it
Laura
out.
Linney.
I like all those
always
people.
Looks worried.
She's so stressed out all the time.
She stresses me out.
She always looks like Truman's about to find out that they're in a fake world.
Exactly. She's got a corkscrew hidden behind her back to stab you as soon as you...
Yep. Truman knows.
Whether it's Jason Bateman or Truman or...
Yep, she's like, Truman knows I'm not his real wife.
Actually, she's always worried about somebody.
Final email from William, who wrote in, says, no idea if you've ever seen this before, but I feel like you might enjoy it. It's a Facebook link. I will now open it. This is from William. And it is loading. Oh, yeah, you know what this is? This is Africa's Toto, but in Mario Paint.
Oh, the Mario Paint one. I just listened to the Donkey Kong Country version this morning.
Yeah, they're very similar. Mario Paint back in the day had this great sound synthesizer, and so it was about painting, but it was also about making music. And listen to this. It's pretty good.
That is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. It's impressive, so thank you for that.
I wonder if they had to do that by hand or if they had some way of loading it from a MIDI or something.
Oh, yeah, good point. Oh, I think you had to do it by hand back then. I don't think the Super NES had a way to...
Had any way to import it. I guess, yeah, how would you import it? Wow.
I don't think you could interface. I think you had to just do it, which is super impressive. It was always impressive then.
Take a lot of time to make the song.
Spartacus 903 says, why did that song get popular again? I don't know. Because it's cool? Because it's one of the greatest songs ever made, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll get we think we'll get a takedown for that? Maybe.
Oh, who knows? We'll see.
All right.
Take your bets now, folks.
YouTube's done worse. They told me the other day that the latest Skim episode was inappropriate for too many people in an audience or something. I'm like, are you kidding?
Inappropriate for
we didn't say anything. We said... I'm trying to think of the most... We say things on TMS that should get us banned. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Don't say that now.
I mean...
don't make them...
beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Sorry.
That's right.
Got to throw the robots off the trail. All right. That's emails. themorningstream@gmail.com is where you'll send those. If you'd like to find out more about us and find all our other links to things we do, frogpants.com/TMS. And to support us, send your love over to patreon.com/TMS. It is now time for Brian to take us out with a song.
I will do just that. Eric Mahler wrote in, and this is a request that doesn't have a date. So if you leave the date field empty, then I use it for fill-in whenever there's not a birthday or an anniversary or something to celebrate. He says, "Hi Scott and Brian. This is a cover song I love. If you ever have a day where no listener has requested a song for a special occasion, perhaps this song can fill in. Love the show, Eric. Or love the show, Eric. If you, and I will tell you that this song can be downloaded for free at MoscowCoupAttempt.com, and just click on the music link on the left side. The song is Sprout and the Bean. I'm sorry, the song is Sprout and the Bean, originally done by Joanna Newsom, covered here by the Moscow Coup Attempt. These guys are great, and this is such a great song. Again, Sprout and the Bean by the Moscow Coup Attempt.
Nice. Here it is. We'll see you guys tomorrow for TMS Thursday. Goodbye. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Please forgive my late arrival.
No, you have done well.
Ugh.
You are the